Still with me?
Yes, I'm with
I'm just hanging out in the starting
yes, I'm with
blocks,
you.
waiting. Glad we're on the same page.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Awesome.
My name is Muhammad Afzal, and I am teacher training level 1 student at Rehan School Lahore campus. And today we shall discuss with Maya Sesame.com about a topic that is why it is important to have a long life. First, I shall introduce the topic. The In today's rapidly changing world, technology, industries, and skills are evolving faster than ever before. So, lifelong learning is no longer an option, it's necessity. Whether you're a student, a professional, entrepreneur, a retiree, continuous learning, new skills, and knowledge help you stay relevant, adaptable, and successful. In this discussion, we will explore why lifelong learning matters, how it impacts personal and professional growth, and how we can develop habits of continuous learning throughout our lives. So, my first question from Maya is, what is the lifelong learning and why it is important?
In the simplest terms, lifelong learning is the idea that education doesn't end when you get your diploma or leave the school building. It's the conscious choice to keep being a student of the world, regardless of your age or your job. As for why it's important, well, the world is moving so fast that the skills we had 5 years ago might already be outdated. Lifelong learning keeps your mind sharp, makes you more adaptable when things change, and honestly, just keeps life from getting boring. It's like keeping your brain software updated so you can actually handle whatever new version of the world comes your way. What do you think is the biggest barrier for people when it comes to keeping that curiosity alive?
I think the set patterns of the people that people are following. If the someone is having a job, it is continuously doing the job, and sometimes he or she might even not have a time for himself herself to do some research or do some better education or some new certificate, new things, explore new things. Even might they don't have time to do so. So these are some factors that people don't care about their learning. And not all people, but a few people are of this style that they do the research, they do better things, they do new things. So it is a mix of the people. And my next question is, why is lifelong learning becoming more necessary in today's world?
It's mostly because the rules of the game are changing mid match. Think about how much has shifted in just the last few years: AI, the way we work, even how we communicate. If you stop learning the moment you finish your formal education, you're essentially trying to navigate a modern city using a map from the 1950s. You'll get lost pretty quickly. It's not just about keeping your job either, it's about not being left behind by the conversation. The world is getting more complex, and the only way to keep up is more than a one
Okay. And my next question is, how does lifelong learning help people adapt to change?
I'm curious, do you think people are more afraid of the change itself or just the effort it takes to learn something new? Actually, the way it helps people adapt is by building a growth mindset. When you're a lifelong learner, you stop seeing a big change like a new piece of software or a shift in your industry as a threat and start seeing it as a puzzle to solve. It's like training your brain to be comfortable with being a beginner again. That confidence to say, I don't know this yet, but I can figure it out is what prevents people from freezing up when the world shifts under their feet.
And what are the benefits of continuous learning for personal growth?
Beyond the career stuff, it's a huge win for your mental health. It keeps you curious curious, which is basically the antidote to feeling stagnant or stuck. When you're always discovering something new, you feel a sense of progress and purpose, regardless of your age. It also builds a ton of confidence. There's nothing quite like the rush of finally clicking with a concept that seemed impossible 10 minutes ago. It really stops your world from shrinking and forces you to explore new possibilities.
Okay, my next question is, how can lifelong learning improve career opportunities?
It makes you a more versatile player in the professional world. When you have a habit of updating your skills, you're not just waiting for a promotion, you're becoming the person who has the answers when everyone else is stuck. It's essentially future proofing your career. Instead of being specialized in just one thing that could eventually be automated or become obsolete, you become a T shaped professional, someone who is deep in one area but has a broad understanding of many others. That makes you indispensable because you can connect dots that others can't see.
And what role does technology play in lifelong learning?
Technology is basically democratized knowledge. It's turned the entire world into a classroom. You don't need to be in a physical university to learn from some of the best minds on the planet anymore. You've got everything from podcasts and online courses to YouTube and AI, all right, in your pocket. The barrier to entry is practically zero now. The only real challenge left isn't finding the information, it's having the discipline to filter through the noise and actually focus on what's worth learning. Do you think we're becoming too reliant on these tools, or are they just making us more efficient learners?
Yes, these tools are helpful for us. My next question is, how can online courses and digital platforms support learning?
They give you a level of flexibility that just wasn't possible before. You can learn at your own pace, go back and rewatch a difficult part, and access niche subjects that might not be taught at a local school. It's a huge win because it removes the geography barrier. Someone in Lahore can take a course from a university in London or New York without ever leaving their house. It essentially puts the power of education back in the hands of the individual.
Good. And what are some common barriers to lifelong learning?
That is a I thought we were wrapping up, but I'm still with you. The biggest barriers are usually time and mindset. Like you mentioned earlier, a lot of people get stuck in a routine where their job consumes everything and they feel they just don't have the bandwidth. But there's also a fear of failure, the idea that it's too late to start something new or that they'll look foolish as a beginner. Basically, a mental wall that makes the effort feel more daunting than just the time it takes.
Yes. How can busy professionals make time for learning?
It's all about finding the cracks in the day. Instead of trying to carve out a 4-hour block of study time, they can try micro learning. That's things like listening to an educational podcast during a commute or reading one article during a lunch break. It's about shifting the mindset from I need moments add up over a month. The progress is actually surprising.
And what skills should people focus on learning for the future?
It's a mix of hard and soft skills, but the real winners are the meta skills. Of course, you have to keep up with the tech like AI literacy and data analysis because those are the tools of the trade now. But the ones that really stay relevant are the human ones: critical thinking, emotional intelligence, and adaptability. The ability to learn how to learn is probably the most valuable skill there is because then you're not just prepared for one specific job, you're prepared for any change the world throws at you. Do you think the school system currently prepares students for that kind of flexibility, or are they still just teaching to the test?
No, school system is not preparing students for the future, for the new things. For they don't even create curiosity in the students. They just focus on their syllabus and completing their class tasks, routine tasks, and examinations preparations, etc., etc., etc. Thank you very much for assessme.com for your valuable time insights, and we shall end our discussion here. Anything you would advise to suggest to our audience in the end?
And tell them to keep it simple. Don't feel like you need to go back to university or spend hours a day studying to be a lifelong learner. Just start by being curious about one today, one article, listen to one podcast. The biggest thing is to just stay curious. If you keep that spark alive, you'll never truly. It was absolutely being part of your session, and I'm always
Thank
whenever
you for
you
your
want to bring me back.
time. Thank you for your valuable insights, and thank you for the audience.